majority of the islands sustained damage, then the insurance would kick in. But if there's isolation, for instance, with Hurricane Joaquin in the Southeast Bahamas, the Bahamas did not qualify to receive the insurance coverage for the damage that was done in those South and Southeastern islands. So this is what they were up against, and they did make the decision, but lo and behold, Matthew was not in isolation. Matthew wreaked havoc on every inhabited island in the country. And that is when, had they kept the insurance in force, the country would have been able to benefit to the tune of $31 million. That's the long and the short of it. They made the decision, but on top of all of that, in his riveting address in the budget communication last evening, the Prime Minister went through some payments that were made to one vendor, this one in New Providence, $8 million for cleaning up of New Providence.
Which included what? Go into details to say what that included.
My friend,
Cost $8 million.
well, we knew it would have to be cleaned up in New Providence. We didn't have very many homes destroyed, but they were severely damaged. We had a lot of trees down. We had a lot of electricity poles down. We had a lot of debris. And we had lots of flooding. So what did this individual clean up? Whatever it was, they apparently did some work, and they were paid for that work. And I'd like to just give you a little information on what Dr. Hubert Minnis said yesterday in his riveting contribution to the budget debate in the House of Assembly. He said, upon review of payments made to various vendors, this one person, he was astounded by the payouts made to a Jonathan Ash. He said there were 46 transactions made to this vendor through several companies. And on at least two separate instances, he says, Mr. Ash received multiple checks in one day. He said he received up to May 9th, a check for $151,000 one day before the general election. He gave us quite a number of other payments, some over $200,000. Well, the young man went into the bank 2, maybe 3 times in one day, cashing checks over $200,000. Well, Member of Parliament, Dr. Minnis, is telling us that this information that he passed on to us last night was shocking, and that it will pass on to the Auditor General, Mr. Terence Bastian, for further investigation, and then on to the Attorney General office to find out whether there was any criminality in those situations during Hurricane Matthew.
When you say criminality, you mean abuse of privilege? You see, because there has got to be action, where wrongdoing has been found out. Okay? There must be heads have to roll. Okay? People must be made accountable for the funds. And if the funds were misappropriated, those persons responsible should bear the penalty. And if the penalty means that somebody has to be brought before the court makes a decision, and the decision stands. These things have been going on in our nation for decades after decades. There have been commission of inquiries with no criminal results. Everybody just walk off, pat on the back, and live as normal. That has to come to an end. And where there were misuse or misappropriation of funds, there must be law, and law must take its course. Somebody has to pay the penalty. Mr. Martin Albright.
Gentlemen, I want to go into a deeper, wider discussion on this insurance matter that came out. The Honorable Philip Brave Davis stood to his feet to defend the canceling of that policy. But what was very striking in what he said indicated that he intended to pursue the matter for taking further action. Mr. Davis said, listen, we've paid the consequence for our actions. The Bahamian people voted us out. And he challenged the Prime Minister, if that's the way, if you feel that that's where you want to go with it, then bring the case on. Now, what I want us to talk about today, and for a few minutes, is the fact, and we want to perhaps invite our, not perhaps, we want to invite our listeners to get involved in this discussion. Based on what Philip Brave Davis indicated, is it sufficient, is it enough to just vote out a government for doing nonsense or doing what you perceive to be illegal or wrongdoing? Is that where the matter should stop? Once you vote them out, that should be it? Or should further consequences be considered?
The consequences must be considered. And I admire the decision of the Honorable Hubert Minnis, where there will be forensic audit in certain areas, so that there could be a little bit more clearer view as to what has gone on, who is responsible, okay? And where there is abuse, like I said just now, action has to occur.
And wouldn't this bring about greater accountability if persons know, if member of parliaments know that if I act in a certain way and when I'm no longer in office, there's a possibility that I could have to give account for my actions in a court of law? Wouldn't it bring about a greater degree of accountability? Wouldn't it be more careful in how they conduct the people business?
When and if action occur. You see, because I've been alive now for more than 6 decades. All right? And I'm not aware of any action ever occurring as a result of a decision of an administration of the nation. And when I'm saying where the administration is at fault, justice, not just us, justice must occur on behalf of the people.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just joining us, this is Straight Talk, and we want to welcome you to our numbers to participate in today: 326-0271, 326-0271, 326-0272, 326-0272. Or you can WhatsApp or text us at 552-7902, 552-7902. We are considering the comments made by the leader of the Progressive Liberal Party in response to the canceling of the insurance, hurricane insurance. Dr. Minnis indicated that he was going to be taking the matter further. Mr. Davis said in response that the PLP has suffered, has paid the price for whatever mismanagement or whatever misdeeds they would have incurred by being voted out of office. My question is to you today: is that sufficient? Is that by voting out a government for perhaps abuse and misuse and illegal acts, is that sufficient? Should it rest there? in light of the now case that has been delivered by the Caribbean Court of Justice in Belize, where has been found that previous ministers, can be held accountable in a court of law for their actions. We're coming back after we hear from our sponsors. This is Straight Talk.
Efficient appraisals of homes, vacant land, and businesses. Your choice should be First Choice Appraisal and Real Estate Sales. Contact broker appraiser Gregory Colley for all your real estate sales and appraisals. Call 422-3010, 565-8896, or 341-0582 for listings of vacant land, residential and commercial properties, and all your appraisal needs.
LRD Construction has a proven track record as a general building and construction company. Its remarkable team is ready to provide quality and proficient service on projects big or small. LRD Construction can handle large commercial sites, new homes, apartments, condominiums, townhouses, home improvements, renovations, additions, and alterations. Call LRD Construction at 327-3769 or 433-6166, West Winds, Love Beach. That's LRD Construction.
Can you imagine being caught in a medical emergency with no help? Massa Assist Medical Air Services Association can come to your rescue by helping your family for a very affordable membership cost. Massa Assist will take care of all your family's emergencies in the Bahamas and abroad. For more information, contact Senior Marketing Executive Lincoln Deal at 422-6166 or 433-6166. Massa Assist for all your emergencies.
The best tasting roasted peanuts in the whole wide world are Nature's Gifts Roasted Peanuts. Proprietor Derek Sims applies his personal touch by roasting peanuts to perfection. Get your peanuts in light, medium, and dark. Call 431-7710 to place your order. Nature's Gifts Roasted Peanuts on Market Street and Bacardi Road. Peanuts! Peanuts!
Read all about it. Sammy's Chicken $5.99 special.
Sammy's Chicken does it again. For a limited time only, it's the $5.99 Thigh Snack Special.
I tell you.
Sammy's $5.99 Thigh Snack Special comes with a 12-ounce Coke, that included.
See, I don't lie.
For a limited time only, Sammy's Chicken, Robinson Road, Carmichael Road, East Street South, Farrington Road, and the newly reopened Prince Charles location. Sammy's Chicken.
Want to reach your target audience? Advertise here at Global Radio 99.5. We hit the mark every time. This is Straight Talk with Gregory Colley. Call in and participate at 326-0271 on Global Radio 99.5 FM.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Straight Talk. If you're just joining us, we want to say good afternoon to you and welcome to Straight Talk. This is Global 99.5 FM with your host, Gregory Colley, along with my co-host, Martin Albury, and former Senator Derek Sims. And again, to participate in our show today, the numbers to call, 326-0271, 326-0271, 326-0272, 326-0272, or you can WhatsApp or text us at 552-7902, 552-7902. And further to develop what we're talking about today, Martin, you have something you want to...
Yes, in today's edition of the Nassau Guardian, the editorial under the headline, "The Corrupt Must Be Held to Account." I thought it might spark the debate and some interest if we read this into the hearing of our listeners this afternoon. The corrupt must be held to account. It reads, "An error was made in the 1990s after the Free National Movement won government for the first time. Expensive commissions of inquiry were held. We learned from them that wheeling and dealing were the order of the day under the corrupt regime of Sir Lyndon Pinling. What didn't happen, though, were the prosecutions of high-ranking members of the Progressive Liberal Party who did wrong. The big-timers didn't go to jail. They were not sued and made to repay what was taken or wasted. Bahamians went into the May 10, 2017 general election thinking that another PLP administration had lost its way. Stories of conflicts of interest and blatant corruption were in the newspapers. The people wanted no more of it. From Abaco in the north to Inagua in the south, Bahamians voted them out. That punishment was not enough, however. The administration has exposed abuses of the public treasury by the last government. Tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of dollars went to people and companies who did not provide value for what was given. The half-hearted defenses of some recipients have been pathetic. To be clear, there is nothing wrong with doing business with the government. There's nothing wrong with making profit from doing business with the government. The work that is promised, though, should be competently delivered and the billing for it reasonable. The F&M has talked tough. There is supposedly a special unit of the police force looking into these matters. The Office of the Attorney General is looking into these matters also. The police are seeking to determine if there was criminal wrongdoing. The Attorney General's office is seeking to determine if it is possible to sue some members of the former government for misfeasance, that is, abuse of legal authority. Corruption in the Bahamas will only stop if those who engage in it are brought to account. If laws were clearly broken, those who did so should be charged with the appropriate offenses and made to answer in a court of law. Those who did not break the law but abused the public trust by signing contracts far beyond what is reasonable to people incapable of delivering the services they pledged to should be sued. We need to get back some of the people's money from these current or former public officials. Successful prosecutions or suits would send a message to all Bahamians. There is a price for gross violation of the people's trust while holding high office. These are tough times in the Bahamas. The unemployment rate has been in the low to mid double digits for nearly 9 years. The economy is stuck in a stagnation concentration phase. With the introduction of value-added tax, the cost of living has increased. Low-income people have trouble buying food and keeping the lights on. In this environment, it is detestable for people who elected to advance the interests of Bahamians to waste their money instead. We hope the new Prime Minister is serious about bringing wrongdoers to account. If this government does not, the message will go out that there is no consequence to abusing the people while in power. Corruption, gentlemen, in the Bahamas will only stop if those who engage in it are brought to account. If laws were clearly broken, those who did so should be charged with the appropriate offenses and made to answer in a court of law. Those who did not break the law but abused the public trust by signing contracts far beyond what is reasonable, that is, they padding the contracts or padded those contracts to people incapable of delivering the services they pledged to deliver, then those persons should be sued for doing that and made to pay back the money. We need to get back right away at least some of the people's money from these current or former public officials if they are found to be guilty of doing such things. Yes.
Yeah, well, that is something, and I think we spoke about it earlier, is something that we must, I think it's time the Bahamian people demand that something be done to send a clear message that these things will no longer be tolerated. and they are demanding that officials be brought to justice. We said yesterday on this show that in the America, neighbor to the north, no one is above the law. No one. And it appears that persons here in the Bahamas, some of them fall in a special group of untouchables. No matter what it is they do.
See, we have seen the injustices that have occurred in our nation. We can act blind, but when issues are blatant in your face and there is no action as a result, then those who are at the helm of administration is unjustifiably wrong in my view. There have been many government departments where it was alleged that millions of dollars have vanished. Did the millions of dollars just disappear? Like what a fellow is, Casper? You know, Casper the friendly ghost?
The ghost.
Just disappear?
Yes.
No, I am saying no. And in these cases, for example,
Yes.
as soon as the government came into office, millions, the change of governor I'm referring to, the change of the minister for BEC, millions of dollars goes missing. Where did it go? You see, the responsibility of the actions must be cleared. You cannot just have millions of dollars of the people's funds disappearing, and then all we want to do is talk about it, then do nothing.
Well, if you listen to the former Deputy Prime Minister, former Minister of Works and Urban Renewal 2.0, the Mr. Philip Ray Davis, and many others, the punishment, they say, for whatever they did over the last 5 years came on May 10th in the general election, when they were soundly defeated, decimated in the general elections. That in itself should be enough.
No, I disagree.
And whatever it is, the Minister administration is finding out and continuing to probe and find out what other penalty could be brought against those former cabinet ministers who they say were working for and on behalf of the people of the Bahamas. They say they were doing their job. They were making sure things were getting done, that persons were being hired and employed, and they were trying to understand what it is you wanted me to do.
I want you to stop padding contracts.
What you wanted me to do.
Okay, you issue a contract. Okay, the contract is worth $1 million.
Yes.
Okay, but the contract is bid for $3 million. Okay, the mobilization fee is paid. You hear me?
I'm with you. What it is?
Out of
what
the,
it is
out of the
that they did.
mobilization fee, investigation have to now begin. If it's alleged that there's 10% kickback, why nobody wants to talk about this? If there's alleged to be a kickback to certain officials,
They said the punishment
then
came on May 10th.
No,
That's when the punishment
no.
came.
no, too much
You
money.
are now in power. Whatever problems you've discovered, you're in charge. You
Yes.
need to turn your attention to fixing the people's problems.
Yeah.
That's what you need to do.
And fixing
Turn your attention.
fixing it means
Fixing the people's
fixing it
problems.
also means making sure that in future that what you are being accused of does not happen again.
See, when you go to
That's part of
future-
fixing the problem.
No, when you
You
go
have
to
to fixing it. You have to put measures. You have to put systems in place to eliminate to lessen those loopholes.
Yeah.
Yes, so
That's part of fixing it. So you can't
so
say
you- so
we're
you-
not fixing
so you
it
go-
because we're saying we're going to do these investigations, we're doing these audits. That's part of fixing the problem.
So you
I
go into the
understand
House
that.
Assembly and you
I
make
understand that.
amendments or adjustments to all of these bills, or you bring in your new legislation to deal with anti-corruption so that you will put teeth
yeah,
in your laws.
yeah, but they don't come.
In the meantime,
Yeah,
though,
but they
how
can't-
are you going to deal
But you can't do that
with the
until
millions or hundreds of millions of dollars
That's gone.
of the people's money that is gone
That's what I'm talking about.
missing, you say? That's what you say. Say the money gone missing.
Yeah.
Well, the PLP is telling you, ain't no money went missing. We spent the money on things that you could see, things the Bahamian people were asking for. We spent the money on creating employment, $400 million worth. People on the job, they say, we left them on the job. That's what they said. Now you're telling me you want to send somebody to jail, they say? Who?
Yeah, we got to confiscate. We got to confiscate some
What
stuff.
are you going to
Okay.
take back? Who
Land,
are you going
houses,
to send to jail?
dwellings, automobiles. Okay.
You're looking for a big legal fight.
Well, let's have a legal fight.
well,
See, we could have had a legal fight to protect. What's the member for Marathon? The Bahamas government had accepted the responsibility, okay, to the clearance of the issue of the court for the member of Parliament for Marathon, and you are now suggesting that the Bahamas government should not take the responsibility
The
for
PLP,
due diligence,
the PLP
for the
administration,
mismanagement of funds.
they say the people of the Bahamas. Yes, they discovered the people.
Yeah, but the people
The
want
people
action now.
discovered
That's why we remove you
that
from
the
office.
PLP administration had lost its way. The people discovered that. Punish them. They vote them out.
Yeah, but we want now action.
Now they bring in a new, and they see where they're getting plenty tough talk coming from the Hubert Minnis administration.
Yeah, but talk
And
cheap.
Mr. Philip Brave Davis is saying, you've done enough of your tough talking. What you need to do now is concentrate on governing. And is governing bringing the corrupt to account?
Yes, sir.
Is that a part of your
Yes, sir.
governance?
Yes, sir.
Well, let's
The
see how you
corrupt
tell me how
that you
you're
can
gonna do that.
investigate through your forensic audit. Once those audits are completed, heads must roll. No sweeping dust under the carpet. The heads must physically roll because it is demanded by the people. You are the administrators of the nation for and on behalf of the people, my brother.
let's take this call. Welcome, Straight Talk. Good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon, Mr. Cody, and how you all doing today?
We're doing fine. How are you?
You know who this is, right?
Yes, go ahead, please.
You know Rex Major, right?
Yeah, no, we know Rex Major.
To him,
No, what happened to Rex Major?
but he come on Steve Kinney talk show yesterday evening that they tried to break into his car yesterday on his property. So he almost wasn't here yesterday. That's why he went late on the show yesterday evening. I heard it on Steve McKinney talk show yesterday evening.
But we're trying to weigh at. I thought you called in to weigh in on our discussion. But
No, well, I didn't call him for that. I hear what you're talking about, but I don't know what you're talking about. What happened to.
okay.
That happens to hundreds of people every night in the Bahamas. In my
But
view, let me finish. In my view, Rex Major ain't no exception. In the inner city, people's cars are being broken every night. Every night.
Yeah.
Tires removing every night. That's where the concern needs to be.
But let me ask you the next question, Mr. Cawley.
Uh-huh.
If I want to invest a camera, for me to put a camera on the government pole, I have to ask the government to put it there, or I can put it on my own.
I believe it would be advisable to check with the BPL.
Okay, I just want to know.
Yeah.
I just want to know before I do it, you know?
Yeah, it'd be advisable to check with them to make sure. I know nowadays they don't climb the pole like they used to, but you need to check with them because it belongs to them. It's their property, yeah.
Okay, I just want to know.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right.
3260271, 3260271, 3260272, 3260272. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to get your feedback. We want to get your comments. Mr. Brave Davis in defending the government's decision to drop the policy. He said that the decision to opt out of the hurricane policy was only made after the government received advice based on past experiences with Caribbean relief body. The reason was that because of the archipelagic nature of our islands, the losses were not dealt with in that fashion. So if damages were in Long Island, they took into account all the islands to determine what the losses would be. It was on the average of the losses. That is why the advice was given in respect to, and that is why the insurance was discontinued. And he further went on to say, as far as the people's money, he said, as far as it concerned, people took action by voting out the Progressive Liberal Party. Davis, who is also attorney, said the Progressive Liberal Party has already paid the price for any missteps it made. However, he challenged the government to bring the action if it deemed it necessary. The consequence of mismanagement for electorate is to vote us out. Do you agree with that, ladies and gentlemen? You think that's the appropriate action, just to vote people out after they would have allegedly misappropriated your money, misuse your money, abuse it, give it to their cronies, and that's sufficient? Just vote them out? You tell us what you think. This is Straight Talk. We're coming back after we hear from our sponsors.
Extra, extra, read all about it. Sammy's Chicken, $5.99 special.
Sammy's Chicken does it again. For a limited time only, it's the $5.99 Thigh Snack Special.
I tell you.
Sammy's $5.99 Thigh Snack Special comes with a 12-ounce Coke, that included.
See, I don't lie.
For a limited time only, Sammy's Chicken, Robinson Road, Carmichael Road, East Street South, Farrington Road, and the newly reopened Prince Charles location. Sammy's Chicken.
The best tasting roasted peanuts in the whole wide world are Nature's Gifts Roasted Peanuts. Proprietor Derek Sims applies his personal touch by roasting peanuts to perfection. Get your peanuts in light, medium, and dark. Call 431-7710 to place your order. Nature's Gifts Roasted Peanuts on Market Street and Bacardi Road.
Can you imagine being caught in a medical emergency with no help? Massa Assist Medical Air Services Association can come to your rescue by helping your family for a very affordable membership cost. Massa Assist will take care of all your family's emergencies in the Bahamas and abroad. For more information, contact Senior Marketing Executive Lincoln Deal at 422-6166 or 433-6166. Massa Assist for all your emergencies.
LRD Construction has a proven track record as a general building and construction company. Its remarkable team is ready to provide quality and proficient service on projects big or small. LRD Construction can handle large commercial sites, new homes, apartments, condominiums, townhouses, home improvements, renovations, additions, and alterations. Call LRD Construction at 327-3769 or 433-6166. West Winds Love Beach. That's LRD Construction.
For fast and efficient appraisals of homes, vacant land, and businesses, your choice should be First Choice Appraisal and Real Estate Sales. Contact broker appraiser Gregory Colley for all your real estate sales and appraisals. Call 010-565-8896 or 341-0582 for listings of vacant land, residential and commercial properties. and all your appraisal needs.
Want to reach your target audience? Advertise here at Global Radio 99.5. We hit the mark every time. This is Straight Talk with Gregory McCauley. Call in and participate at 326-0271 on Global Radio 99.5 FM.
Give me some straight talk, and hold your sugar, please.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Straight Talk. And again, you have a call on the line? Welcome to Straight Talk, caller. Let's go straight to the phone lines. Welcome to Straight Talk. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
How are you doing?
I'm fine, but I'm disappointed. Yeah, when I heard the Prime Minister was reading off all those monies, all those contracts that was signed, what those people have signed. You know something, Mr. Davis need to sit still with his scrap gang and stop talking fool. This is no time to talk fool. This is very serious. Because had the PLP get back in power, they would already slap VAT back on people. I mean, going up to about 15%, even though if they wasn't spending the money and doing nonsense, we didn't even need that. And I'm just happy that my Bahamian people catch themselves. And you see the PLP thought that they were sleeping, but enough is enough. Bahamian, I just want you all to know I love you all. You all have done well, and show them people the way it is supposed to be is out. But you cannot talk but no forgive. They need to be charged because they have done too much. They have taken advantage of people. There are some fathers even up in Foxes up there maybe who had to steal just to feed the family. Even women had to feed the family. Why is the PLP ripping off people with contracts and, I mean, heaven knows what. They begging for money, they borrowing money, and the money what the country had get doing the hurricane, they still take that from the people. They didn't spend it on the people. They want everything for themselves. They just doggone it greedy. And this is no time to sorry for them. Let them go ride the Foxes when the yellow bus go to jail.
But caller, the acting leader of the Progressive Liberal Party, Philip Brave Davis, said that the Bahamian people voted out the PLP, and that should be sufficient punishment for them and for their misdeeds and their missteps. Do you agree with that?
No, because let me tell you something. I told my children, do not steal, right? I said, anything you want, either you pay for it or you get it from me or you get it from your father. If we didn't give it to you and you cannot tell us how you get it, I'm going to beat you. Now, I love you, and even though you're trying hard, oh, forgive me, I'm sorry, mommy, I ain't going to do it no. I get to punish you behind. You understand? But right now, the PLP costs too much people to be hiding. Too much people suffering. Unnecessary. When you look at the whole, see, I'm a person, I'm very caring for hating people. You understand that? I hate to see people taking advantage. The PLP don't seem to ever have enough. They just doggone greedy and dishonest. And the government need to, I just want to hear they collecting some of those monies. They need to, and then so that they could take off something from that, because people, I said, are hiding. And you know, when you go and you meet people and you see the condition and you try to help and things, it's disgusting. The government ain't do nothing for the poor people but stand up and walk up on them. And I'm just glad that they get out right in the nick of time. It just, you know what, put them, let them go. Play them need to go Foxes. Davis need to keep his mouth shut. He getting scared because he know he's guilty.
I agree with you, man.
Huh?
I agree with you.
No, man, you can have mercy on them. They need to expose every day you hear is more. They want the present government to stop finding things the government cannot do nothing until they get in and find out these things and check the books with what is going on before they do what they have to do. But the PLP need to punish. They need to punish. Never have enough. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Our telephone numbers today, 326-0271, 326-0271, 3260272, 3260272. And you can also text us at 552-7902, 552-7902. We have a caller on the line.
Well, Mr. Davis could possibly be a key witness in several of these matters that might arise during the probe or the investigations that are to come up later on, because according to the Minister of Works, Mr. Desmond Bannister, on Monday, under the Christie administration, public-private partnerships were not coordinated through the Ministry of Works and were allowed to begin without technical experts at that ministry weighing in on a number of matters relating to them. And he went on to say, or reveal, that during his term as Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Works, Philip Brave Davis warned former Prime Minister Perry Christie in a letter that members of Parliament were authorizing contractors to undertake capital and property maintenance works to be paid by his ministry without the Ministry of Works consideration.
Let's go to the phone lines. Hold on. We're full of Brave Davis. Brave Davis is a key witness, but he's also defending that once you vote us out, that's it. It's sufficient. Let's go to the phone line. Welcome to Straight Talk. Good afternoon.
Hello, Ralph.
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, I hear you from last year. You always say when the FNM was in power that all the people voted them out. That's the penalty for misgovernment.
You heard me say that?
Yes, you over and over again. You and Martin.
No, sir. You never heard me say that.
You and Martin. You said the people voted them out.
Okay,
and that's fine. That's fine. Let's just move on. Let's move on.
Okay.
No, but I put something.
No, Rev, you said it, Rev. You said it. You
last year, but all this action has been going on. I can't recall.
You wouldn't recall, Martin.
But anyway, let's go ahead. Go ahead with your point.
Now, when all the smoke clear, right?
That's the same place to do tell the people.
No, that's the first time we call.
Okay, all right, okay.
When all the smoke clear, then all this passion the PLP is over.
Is it bashing the PLP?
I mean, whatever you call it,
that's your words.
You bring in allegations. Your party bring in allegations of facts. Some things they get a little facts out, but the most part they just bring in allegations. When all this the smoke they clear. Like the man say, you got to govern. What you gonna do when the people in town here and all this finger pointing? It's time to govern. And then you your
party 5 years was bashing the FNM.
Well, like I said,
and they got voted out. They got voted out because they would not govern. They kept behaving as if they were in opposition.
Right.
So
Dr.
Ministers knows what they need to do. If they carry on for 5 years the same way, the same thing will happen to them.
Not to do with Martin, because you're going to defend everything.
Well, listen to this.
Just remember that I said that too.
Listen to this.
Since you can remember what you think you heard I said, remember that too.
Listen to this,
the same thing will happen too.
How much time you have?
And the good seller, no? The good seller inside, no?
This, in my view, is why the Bahamas remains in the dilemma that it is in. Because the citizens justify what is going on in the government.
All I'm telling you is when the smoke clear, it's time to govern. If you all say that they do all this wrong, ain't no sense making all this noise, making all this information, and then no one gets all the comment.
Call it.
It's just wrong habit.
Give me a minute of your time. This new administration is telling me that the corrupt will be held to account.
Martin, you know they got
unlike the 1990s, when the Hubert Ingram-led FNM dealt with Commission of Inquiries, this group come to deal with prosecutions.
Martin, I would love to see it, but it ain't happening.
Well, that's what they're telling me.
All they're doing right now, all the FNM doing right now is campaigning for the next election.
My brother,
they gotta try govern, man.
Well,
you gotta try govern. When the smoke clear,
like you
gotta try govern.
Like you,
you all have a good day, though.
Like you,
thank you very much.
I'll be waiting for the smoke to clear.
Thank you. We have another caller on line. Welcome to Straight Talk. Good afternoon,
my friend.
How are you?
For some reason, the third day now I can't pick you up.
I've been hearing that complaint wide and long. A lot of people
Okay,
saying
okay.
some
I
days,
thought just was me.
some
What?
days they can't. No, I heard that several complaints. Some people, in fact, Senator Sims right here in the office, right? His place is right on Market Street, and he said he can't get us.
Okay. I feel happy now that everybody else is complaining. So you guys, are you working on that? You doing something about that?
Well, our engineer, our producer, they're listening.
Yeah, man. Because I mean, as you well know, you the hottest show on in town. You know, and everybody want to listen.
Don't
to you,
say
you
in
know,
town. We are the hottest show, period.
Right, that's what I'm saying. then nobody can get you. Everybody's disappointed.
Yes, I know.
And right now, for 3 days now, I was
But
listening.
understand that.
Because I these other shows ain't telling me nothing, man.
Yeah. There's no show like this show. This is the show.
No. So you
Caller,
gotta get that.
do
You gotta get that. You gotta get yourself together, man.
Do
Because
you-
I
Yeah.
right now I don't know where to turn to.
Yeah. Do you agree with Brave Davis' statement that voting out the PLP is sufficient, that we don't need to prosecute?
No. He full of nonsense. They need to get prosecuted and some of them sent to jail or whatever happened to them or pay some money back or whatever. Something needs to happen to them.
So voting out is not sufficient.
No.
All right.
You gotta hold on some bank account or whatever.
Uh-huh. Well, we need to trace some money because I understand plenty of money been being repatriated elsewhere. I don't know, being alleged. I don't know. We got to see.
Yeah, we're gonna see.
Yeah. We can follow the money.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, caller.
Okay, my friend. Wait on that, eh?
I'll work on it.
All right.
3260271, 3260271, 3260272, 3260272. Or you can WhatsApp or text us at 552-7902, 552-7902. Martin, you were talking about Brave Davis' admission that he admitted that some things were going on within his ministry. One, the former prime minister.
Prime Minister,
Mhm.
that his ministers, his fellow colleagues, were doing things in their ministry, in these public-private partnerships, and that they were not coming through the right channels with the Ministry of Public Works to get approval. And he told Mr. Christie that if you continue to let those ministers do those kinds of things, there are going to be some consequences coming in the future.
Mhm.
The chickens, this is what Mr. Davis should be telling them now. The chickens,
I'll come home to roost.
they are home. And they are laying many eggs. Mr. Bannister revealed this to us in the Parliament on Monday night. He said the Minister of Works, Philip Brave Davis, warned the former Prime Minister Perry Christie in a letter that members of Parliament were authorizing contractors to undertake capital and property maintenance works to be paid by the Ministry of Works without the Ministry of Works consideration or its approval. And Mr. Bannister also told Parliament that in that letter, Mr. Davis warned Mr. Christie of the consequences. And the Carmichael MP, Mr. Desmond Bannister, highlighted that this letter and what Mr. Davis was talking to the Prime Minister about are examples of how disorganized the government was run by his predecessors, as he made the case that there could be cause to pursue legal action against members of the former government for misfeasance. In the words of Mr. Bannister, quote, "It seems that everyone was doing their own thing, just as we alleged." He said, "They were an undisciplined group of free agents doing whatever they wanted to do."
Well,
What a day.
certainly that admission by Brave Davis
What a day.
certainly underscores and confirms what was being said on the political trail. You remember former Prime Minister Hubert Ingram told us that they were a group of undisciplined agents. Everybody doing their own thing. And so, well, certainly the admission by Mr. Davis confirms that is exactly what was happening. So is this, ladies and gentlemen, that the statement by Mr. Davis says that the PLP was voted out, and that is sufficient punishment for the Progressive Liberal Party for their missteps, their misdeeds, and that's the end of the matter. Do you agree?
You know, one of the things the former Christie administration did, they started this thing called public-private partnerships as a way of financing infrastructural work. And they were building it up as a novel, the greatest approach that they can make in taking the Bahamas to another level as far as public finances and underwriting of infrastructural developments are concerned throughout the country, going through a public-private partnership. But you know what they were doing in the meantime? They were not allowing the Minister of Public Works, the Honorable Philip Brave Davis, and his experts at the Ministry of Public Works to see these contracts, to put their hands on these contracts, to check the sites where these projects were supposed to be going. The Ministry of Public Works only knew when certain things were going on. It's when they got what the thing called when you send for requests for payment. That's where it was channeled. Mr. Philip Brave Davis saw what the contract or whatever was all about. So you just sign it and send it, approved for payment.
You said that's what he did?
That's all he could. That's the only thing he could do. And
no,
that was
no,
one of the
no,
reasons
no, no,
why
no,
he
no,
and
no,
Prime
no.
Minister Perry Christie had a serious problem.
Martin Aubrey, if he did not see what he signed, what that amounts to is he's signing a blank check.
So that's what he's doing.
So therefore,
what's he doing?
He is whatever went down.
Is he culpable?
He is
the greatest. He is the greatest witness we can have.
You know, witness.
That's what I said.
No, he is the biggest culprit.
No.
Yes, sir.
No, there's someone bigger than him.
Oh no.
He had to say
if they couldn't pay without his signature. If they could not pay without his signature.
I told you shouldn't be doing business like this.
But he acquiesced.
Man, when the man say if you don't sign this paper, I can fire you. You know.
So you let him fire you. That would give him more credibility as standing for leader of the Progressive Liberal Party. He would find that he had more people who would respect him. But if he went along and signed off, and knowing full well that the process was not followed, he is guilty of them by association.
Think anybody listening?
Yeah, they're listening.
Mr. Brave Davis
and they agree with me.
Is the biggest witness.
You know, witness.
That we have.
He is an accomplice. You know, witness. Let's go to full lines.
Didn't have solid private partnerships.
That make him even worse. That make him more dangerous than them.
He warned the Prime Minister.
Make him more dangerous. Welcome to Straight Talk.
Carry on with that practice.
Good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm fine. Rev,
Yes, sir.
I have a headache. For what I hear yesterday, I take two Advil, my head hurting. Now, my question is what I want to get to you, the former senator, and Mr. Aubrey. Could the Prime Minister stop their money until their pension, until this whole matter sort out?
If he could stop their pension?
Yes, sir.
I don't know whether if he had charge over the pension or whether any of them will get any pension yet.
Well, what could be, in your mind, a possible reason for taking such action?
For all this thing coming out, Mr. Aubrey, somebody got to give an answer. Somebody has to go and say such and such a thing. You start from the former Prime Minister.
Well,
Stop his pension also.
on May 10th, I was told that some were innocent and they got the same punishment. You think it should be a swoop, or you should wait until you find out the wheat from the chaff?
Yes, sir.
Are you with me?
I listen to you, sir. I listen to you.
Okay. So I say let's tread a little careful and wait till Mr. Carl Bethel and Mr. Marvin Dames have had an opportunity to do their work.
Yes, sir.
And once they come back, I can tell you, Mr. Bannister, he's the Minister for Public Works.
Yes, sir.
And he told me a couple of days ago that the next time you hear anything about the investigation going on at BPL, formerly BEC, involving some missing $3 million, you're going to hear some police and court action. That's the next time you can hear from them. And that means if you don't hear from them, then they ain't find nothing, or somebody was good at sweeping it off the bridge.
But Rev.
And you know to be good on hiding files.
Oh yeah, Rev. Now what?
Destroying them.
What the leader of the opposition get up and think that he was way off, because he tried to say what the prime minister said. It wasn't so. It was a different way. How he could be so wrong?
Well, you must remember, as a senior lawyer, lawyers have a tendency of switching things up on you and trying to confuse you.
Yes, sir.
So you have to always remember that. They will try to spin, to switch things and get you to say something so they can say you lie.
Well, in many cases, Mr. Davis will not be the defense attorney.
Yes, sir.
He will be a key witness.
He will be one charge.
Yes, sir. So he'll get Mr. Mitchell to represent him.
he can need a lawyer too.
Yes, sir.
Because based on what?
Now, their favorite lawyer is Mr. Lloyd Barnett.
Oh no! Why you forget him?
That's their favorite.
Wayne Monroe ain't no more.
Man, he's a casualty.
But that's all I have to say. I can listen to you all for the rest of the evening.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We have a comment on Facebook. Someone says, "Trace the money, follow the money." We gotta find out where the money went, because some bank accounts needs to be checked into to see where some of these millions of dollars, who some little small fella been collecting.
Small fella. Man, somebody told me yesterday that a top PLP was given nearly $2 million in a cleaning contract at BC, and say they don't know nothing but cleaning oil. That's what he told me. And then I hear Dr. Minnis in the House of Assembly. He was continuing yesterday to tell us all manner of things that he and his government are discovering, and they're calling it financial irregularities. Prime Minister Hubert Minnis said among those financial irregularities is a nearly $2 million remediation contract to a former high-ranking member of the Progressive Liberal Party. And the next one was to a questionable broker. It was referring to a contract worth $1.8 million to Arrington Minky Isaacs, the chairman emeritus of the PLP, who was a director of Penta Industrial Services Company Limited. And the other was to a customs brokerage company worth $923,000 a year to a person called Mr. Fitzgerald, whose first name he did not call. And they say top PLPs, these contracts.
Derek Sims?
I'm right here. digesting all of this. But we say, and that is why the public is demanding that this administration finds a way, a legal way, so these people are forced to pay the penalties for the misappropriation of funds that we are accusing them for. Other than that, we need to shut up
Man, listen.
and go about the governance.
No, it all ain't about
listen.
misappropriation.
No.
We're looking. It's about whether they were acting within the law,
Or mismanaging.
or in the
Or
case,
misfeasance.
or in the case of insurance, which cost the Bahamas $32 million. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And if that advice and that decision to not to renew that policy, we already paid $9 million into the fund, we could have gotten $32 million in hurricane funds as a result of Matthew, according to what the Prime Minister said.
Well, according to
And so if we have if they put the Bahamas in a position where they lost that money and it's due to some
well, the government said they did it upon
bad advice.
So where the advice came from.
But you see, if you say you ain't gonna have an insurance, you ain't going with that insurance, then it's your responsibility to find another insurance that you don't leave the country completely with its pants down. This is what happened. They at least we had our pants. Maybe it may have been around, not covering the entire posterior, but they took it right off.
They had the pants tied at the leg. And that's it. No more coverage. All right.
Now somebody has to pay for that.
No. Today is the first day of summer. Hurricane season started on June 1. And it is time that we get our insurance up to date.
The Prime Minister said he has already issued that they
Up
renew
to
it.
date. But he's telling me even more things as he's revealing. Somebody called us just a moment ago, tell us when they heard the Prime Minister speaking yesterday and he's giving all these numbers and talking about this money, investigate this and where the money gone and who responsible for it, that he developed a headache. Well, Dr. Minnis said the government was also investigating an account that was set up to deal with the hosting of the Inter-American Development Bank's annual general meeting, which was held in Nassau last year. He explained that over $18 million was transferred into this account, from which payments were made between October 21st, 2015 to April 2017. I guess that was the meeting secretariat that was dealing with this. He said the government was investigating how the funds were being paid, who authorized them, and who were the beneficiaries of these payments. Despite having most of their front bench wiped out at the election, the official opposition has shown neither humility nor remorse for their actions while in office. This is what Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis told the House of Assembly as he was wrapping up the debate yesterday evening. And he says, two of them sat at the cabinet table and they bore collective responsibility for the actions of the former government. We will not allow them to escape that responsibility. He said, we continue to be amazed at what we are finding out about the PLP's way of doing business. What else can you find out? Every day I wake up, I look in the newspapers, and I see a fresh set of money that we cannot seem to give a full accounting of. How deep are we in this thing?
Up to our
Deep,
next.
deep.
We're in deep water. You know how songs say we're in deep water? There could be no turning back. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this is Straight Talk. If you're just joining us, this is Global 99.5 FM with your host Greg Colley, Martin Albury, and former Senator Derek Sims. We are coming back after we hear from our sponsors.
For fast and efficient appraisals of homes, vacant land, and businesses, your choice should be First Choice Appraisal and Real Estate Sales. Contact broker appraiser Gregory Colley for all your real estate sales and appraisals. Call 422-3010-5896 or 341-0582 for listings of vacant land, residential and commercial properties, and all your appraisal needs.
LRD Construction has a proven track record as a general building and construction company. Its remarkable team is ready to provide quality and proficient service on projects big or small. LRD Construction can handle large commercial sites, new homes, apartments, condominiums, townhouses, home improvements, renovations, additions, and alterations. Call LRD Construction at 327-3769 or 433-6166. West Winds, Love Beach. That's LRD Construction.
Can you imagine being caught in a medical emergency with no help? Massa Assist Medical Air Services Association can come to your rescue by helping your family for a very affordable membership cost. Massa Assist will take care of all your family's emergencies in the Bahamas and abroad. For more information, contact Senior Marketing Executive Lincoln Deal at 422-6166 or 433-6166. Massa Assist for all your emergencies.
The best tasting roasted peanuts in the whole wide world are Nature's Gifts Roasted Peanuts. Proprietor Derek Sims applies his personal touch by roasting peanuts to perfection. Get your peanuts in light, medium, and dark. Call 431-7710 to place your order. Nature's Gifts Roasted Peanuts on Market Street and Bacardi Road.
Extra, extra, read all about it. Sammy's Chicken, $5.99 special.
Sammy's Chicken does it again. For a limited time only, it's the $5.99 thigh snack special.
I tell you.
Sammy's $5.99 thigh snack special comes with 12-ounce Coke, that included.
See, I don't lie.
For a limited time only, Sammy's Chicken, Robinson Road, Carmichael Road, East Street South, Farrington Road, and the newly reopened Prince Charles location. Sammy's Chicken.
Want to reach advertise here at Global Radio 99.5. We hit the mark every time. This is Straight Talk with Greg McCauley. Call in and participate at 326-0271 on Global Radio 99.5 FM.
Yeah, irregularity. Yeah.
Gentlemen, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Straight Talk. If you're just joining us, we'd love to have you. If you are on Facebook, joining us in studio, you can see us live in studio. Our numbers 326-0271, 326-0271, 326-0272, 326-0272. Or you can WhatsApp or text us at 552-7902, 552-7902. Who is this Ash fella who seemed to have gotten a whole lot of money? Mr. Ash collected quite a bit of money, and also he must have been doing some plenty cleaning up.
Well, Mr. Ash reportedly had most of the heavy-duty equipment that was needed and required to be used
For the cleanup efforts.
to do the heavy lifting in the cleanup in the aftermath of Hurricane Matthew.
Let's go to the phone lines. Welcome to Straight Talk. Good afternoon, caller.
Yes, good afternoon. I would like to know where Mr. Sims' place is on Market Street. They only say Market Street start from Bay Street.
It says Market Street South.
Yes, with Park.
Do you know where Palm Tree Avenue is?
Yes.
He's right on the corner of Palm Tree and Market Street.
Okay.
And that little shopping center used to have it. There's a tailor shop in one side of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a purple building.
Right.
Okay, thank you very much. And on the topic,
Uh-huh.
every one of the PLPs, they need to go to jail.
Every one of them?
Every one. Because all of them sit around the table and
You
do corruption.
don't think Brave Davis should just be a witness?
If he should be a victim.
Witness?
Yeah, he
Witness
up to talk about what's going with the money and work.
And you should lock him up too?
Yeah, all of them, because they're stealing. If somebody go and steal from someone, they got caught. They went to go to court and become guilty. What happened to them?
Now let me caution you that none of them has been accused yet of stealing anything, but certainly it appears that by Mr. Davis' own admission, that several ministers were doing their own thing and not getting the necessary approval, bypassing the procedures and the guidelines that have been set to make sure that things have been done properly. They were just doing their own thing.
Yeah, because the prime minister at that time, he never called his people in to say, now, the budget that I give you, I would like to know where it went and how it went. He just let everybody, because it was a slogan that he said, y'all could do what you leave me out.
Whoa.
Wow. Just make sure I'm included, eh?
Thank you very much. So that's why 5 years, one set of people rule.
All right.
So whatever happens, I'll clap.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Gentlemen, this is what I'm trying to bring clear.
Yes.
For the public, okay, and for the public participation in the direction of where this nation goes. We know where the nation is now.
Yes.
Okay, we know what has happened previously. Okay, but in my view, the course and the direction that the nation will go, Bishop Colley, has to be set now. The inconsistencies that the government is discovering, okay, I commend them for, all right, but the solutions to the mess that was created is with the government of today must be able to put proper regularizations in place for, so that there is not a recurrence.
Let's go to the phone lines. Welcome, Straight Talk. Caller, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
Brother Corley, I was listening to you. I totally agree with you when you said that they were saying that once the people voted them out, that's sufficient punishment.
That's what Brave Davis said.
That he knows himself. You know, we know what the Bible say about what lawyers did, right? You know that scripture about lawyers, right? It's so sad because we have so many good ones. You know what I'm saying? But he is the leader. He's the leader of the pack. He should be sitting in Rawson Square, answering questions in the hot sun.
Should have a public inquiry in the hot sun with him?
I know. While everybody's sitting in the court, just
Put him in the hot sun.
Pour them in the dead square. Pour them in the square. And I just try to put the camera there and have them set them in the court like that. You have to put the four them in the square. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm laughing. That's so good. I'm laughing because yesterday, even and this morning, I was flying, right? Because people have come and said, 900,000 million. And again, I say warthog. What is a warthog? Eh?
You call it what?
What is a warthog?
A warthog?
Yeah.
Who are you liking to a warthog?
What? He's not he takes everything and not a look. And they take everything.
That's how they behave.
That's their behavior.
Mm-hmm.
It's very because and you have to see this, you have to follow, you have systems. You must he was in charge of the ministry of what there's no way he could convince me. You do one or two on the public that they did no wrong or he wasn't aware of everything. Mm-hmm. He is a top-notch lawyer. Mm-hmm. Okay? Mm-hmm. What happened? They underestimated people. And they assumed that everybody, I can think like some of them people just give me one rat back and some food and then I could do anything. See, they got away with so much. But let me tell you, there had some people who would just sit and be quiet and then they wait for the right time to get you. Let me tell you, don't ever underestimate Hubert Alexander Minute and his team. We have an excellent team in place, Mr. Corley. Mm-hmm. And Minute knows he was given a job to do and he's going to do it. Believe me, he's going to execute his duty. That's all I want to say to the Bahamas. Minute will execute his duties. So you all keep praying for him. And come clean with him. In fact, all your teams are there. You all better surrender now. And go to the AG now. Go pay now. Go surrender now. Maybe they might have a little mercy because to tell you the truth too, we really don't even need some people to find out what you did who on the street out there. Mm-hmm. Because you don't know what could happen. You might guess too. And I see one time, I thought it was only me one and I was standing up on the porch. That's okay. Yeah, phone cut off.
Hello? Okay. Oh, it's probably run out of minutes or so. Okay. Thank you very much, caller.
But you see, that's what I'm talking about, Bishop. You have to set the course now. You know what it was before. Mm-hmm. Before May 10th,
2000.
2000. Mm-hmm. All right? But as the administrator of the affairs of the nation, May the 11th. This is now June
21st.
Okay. So I'm suggesting, okay, that if a new course needs to be set, that you begin to put the action in place for that, so that I don't see it occurring right now when government changes again. Mm-hmm. Okay. All of this nonsense should not be in place because of the checks and balances that you, today's administrators, will enact in laws through the parliament where there are no laws. Mm-hmm. Or other than that, Peter ain't no better than Paul. You see, if Peter want to be better than Paul, then Peter needs, not need, Peter must correct the inconsistencies. Peter must correct all of the faults now as the Bahamas move towards its new direction, Bishop Corley.
Mm-hmm. Well, should the government going forward, should there be clear guidelines discussed with the leader of the opposition party, as to how, and I think Martin and I would have spoke about this, because of the way how since 1997 we've been changing government so regular, every 5 years. Yeah. Should there not be some agreed guidelines as to what can happen to government leading up to the general election? What major decisions ought to or can be done? Because what we've been seeing is right now, okay, you heard the comments made by the leader of the Progressive Liberal Party. We know for the most part that this budget that's being debated and passed, the majority of the decisions in that budget is PLP, is a PLP budget.
Yes.
But his comments to the public was that this budget is for the rich. It has nothing for the poor. Well, if it has nothing for the poor, it means that the PLP didn't have anything in it for the poor. But if this is a PLP budget.
I see your take.
And so what we need is clear guidelines. We know, and I always criticize black governments. And I said it before and I say it again. We'll obtain independence from our former colonial masters. If you can name me one black government, just one, I say one, just give me one that has progressed in a way that has propelled it into a first world class country. Just give me one. And tell me, why is it that we are all still, if we can't find one, why we all still characterized as a third world country? Why?
Because we refuse to put the checks and balances in, Bishop, that is needed. Let me see if we can make it a little clear. Government is continuous, eh? So, but
it is only continuous when it's expedient or when it's more advantageous for the one who coming in or going out.
Hold on. But you see, there has to be some check and balances in place. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. So that when Parliament is prorogued, okay, an election is called, okay, there has to be a check and balance on what can and what cannot be initiated through, what's the right term, man? What's the right term?
You want to initiate through the government's channel to get correct approvals to do whatever it is in the absence of government.
Certain things should not go forward, like contracts. Certain contracts should not be approved.
Okay.
Something has got to be put in that gap.
Yeah. Okay, but let's look at that.
Hiring.
Yeah, but let's look at that. The government, when you talk about the government does not consist solely and only of the ruling party. The Commonwealth Bahamas consists of the official opposition and the government. I mean the
party in power.
The majority
in power.
Party that's in power.
Yes.
It's the two of them, right?
Yeah.
But so how is it then when it comes to hiring, when it comes to giving contracts, the opposition is involved?
Because you are not in the majority. You
but that's not how it's supposed to work.
In the minority.
No, but shouldn't it be a Shouldn't it be a formula whereby if I have 20% of the representation in the House of Assembly, should my party not be considered to get at least 20% of the contracts that are available?
No, sir.
No.
Sir.
Why?
No, that's not how the system
I ain't
works.
telling how it works. I say how it should work.
Well, if that's what you want to do.
If you're saying that the whole government consists of the opposition and the majority party,
yes,
you can't have 100%.
Purpose of saying we have a stable government. Sole purpose to ensure that we have a stable government.
No, it got to be more than that. It got to be more than that. You got to be more than that.
You have no further rights.
You got to be more than that.
You have no further rights.
Because when it comes to the taxes being paid,
you have no. You have no entitlement as an opposition. None whatsoever.
That's because you ain't demanding it.
You could beg
government.
I beg it.
And I might.
I'm begging that because at some point you're gonna need my cooperation to get certain things done.
My friend,
and so then when that comes, I'm gonna remember.
The way we do business in this country.
That's the way we do it. That's the way we accept it.
Exactly what it is.
It don't have to be that way though.
The administrators.
Then we have to find a way to change it.
You see, the administrators of the government affairs is the cabinet, not the opposition. The opposition is the caretaker to
Keep their feet to the fire.
to police the administration.
And raise eternal hell.
And if keeping your
And
feet
they
to the fire
going
means that
awry.
be fair and how you award contracts, that's what I'm going to do.
And that's what you're supposed to do.
Well, that's
And
what
I
you're
heard
supposed to do.
nothing coming from
You see?
the official opposition. You know why? Because they had a caretaker in the opposition. It was official, but it wasn't pure. That's the reason why you heard nothing coming from the opposition concerning what the previous government was doing months,
Yeah, but that's a recent memory.
weeks,
That's it. But
days
but
before
even,
the general election.
even when you go beyond that,
Other than that,
outside of that, there's still the deficiency where we just say, okay, but you the government. There's a saying that says the opposition will have a say, but the government will have its way.
What I was
And
trying
so
to get at.
we accept that premise, and so it makes a mockery of our democratic process.
When
you
you are-
can't tell me that the persons who voted against the government
yes,
has no say.
when you are in opposition, second fiddle.
Chairman, what I'm trying to get at,
That's it.
is that something has to be put in place so that when the parliament is paroled, you do not have the continuation of these outrageous contracts, okay, that are negotiated and must be continued
Well, I
by the
recall,
government that comes
I
into
recall,
office.
I recall 2011, former Prime Minister, then leader of the official opposition,
Yes,
Mr. Perry Christie,
yeah.
telling us that once he's elected, he will ensure that legislation is put in place to fight off, to ward off
Yeah, 'cause
those
Cuban England
kinds,
did those kinds of
of things from happening leading up to the next general election.
Yes,
Well,
well, that's what I'm talking
Well,
about.
we went 5 years, 2011, 2016, 2017, my brother. Mr. Perry Christie had nothing to say or do
Yeah, but it was not
about putting in that kind of a legislation.
But understand
What
me.
he and his team
I hear you.
did,
I hear you, but understand
there
me.
was none.
But understand me.
So,
Perry Christie and his team, okay,
yes,
was not the people's team.
they didn't.
But this is the people's time now. And so the people's government, okay, is the one who must put these actions into place.
I agree with you totally. Another thing, Mr. Dr. Minnis tell us, he's going to be dealing with anti-corruption legislation. That in short order, he'll be sending representatives from the Bahamas to Great and into Singapore to meet with officials of those two countries to assist the Bahamas in putting together its anti-corruption legislation. Now that's the beginning of the fight against corrupt practices, especially among government officials and government members of parliament, cabinet ministers.
Let me ask you this question. Is that going to be able to solve the dilemma that the Bahamas has faced? Okay. And I'll go back to 1992. Okay. When Sir Lyndon Pinland was able to issue whatever contracts he was able to the benefit
of supporters.
Okay.
Yes.
Then we go to 97. Okay.
Yes.
And then Hubert Ingram was able to do the same thing.
Yes.
Okay. And then we go to 202. And Hubert Ingram again was able to do the same thing. Okay. Then we go to 207. And Perry Christie was able to do the same thing. Okay. Then we go to 2012. And Hubert Ingram was able to do the same thing.
Well, I heard.
I am calling for an end to that.
I heard the minister responsible for finance when he delivered the budget communication.
You mean in 2012, Perry Christie was able to
Whoever would have been the government in charge,
Perry Christie.
use the
They
people's
say
funds.
they
But that's because you
intend-
have not changed any. Mind you, if you recall, leading up to 2007, 2012 general election, Perry Christie
That's the election that Perry Christie won.
Yeah, but leading up to
Yes,
that one,
yes,
he
yes.
lambasted Hubert Ingram
Absolutely.
about signing contracts.
Absolutely.
Remember, he was on TV, Ingram, signing
I
contracts
just told you.
and so forth.
What was
That's what I'm
supposed to
saying.
say?
They're going to change.
That's
But
what I'm talking about.
But the Bahamian people now wants change. They want that process. When you are what we would if I
In
was
a caretaker mode.
in caretaker mode, you can't be signing major contracts
That's what I'm talking
unless they were previously passed by Parliament.
Did you?
And you've gotten the approval by Parliament already, then you can go and execute them.
That's what I'm saying. We need to
Did you-
resolve
so that-
moving forward.
Yes,
Did
that's
you-
what needs
Did
to
you
happen.
hear Her Majesty's representative in the Bahamas when she so eloquently delivered the speech from the throne just
I listened to the
recently?
speech from the throne, yes.
Her Excellency, the Governor General, Dame Marguerite Pinling, told us, my government is legislation to ensure that no government will be able to issue contracts or whatever before a next general election, tying the hands of an incoming administration. I believe that is a short little paragraph in the speech from the throne.
Yes. I
So
heard
it
that.
means then that the Hubert Minnis administration has plans to introduce and to have legislation passed to that effect.
No, it means Bahamian people, you see.
That's what they say.
It means
It starts with the government.
It means, hold on.
That's
hold
what they say they're
on,
gonna do.
Hold on. It's the people's time.
Yes.
Okay. And so I'm calling on the people, the citizens of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas to make
Please.
legislation
Well, just make sure
is put in place for that.
the people could ask
That's
for
what
it
I'm talking about.
and the government say they're going to do it. So if they refuse to do it, like previous administrations, Ingram was guilty, Christie was guilty. Are we gonna hold the same charge against Minnis?
No, because we shouldn't let Minnis have the same opportunity to do the same things that the previous prime ministers have done. And Bahamian public are the ones who must become the agitators for it. Mr. Aubrey,
Well-
Parliament ain't gonna do it if nobody don't agitate.
We thank you very much for being here this afternoon. I'm going to talk about 1,200 Chinese tomorrow. I'm putting you in soak, so you'll be ready to deal with those 1,200 Chinese because the Bahama deal, they tell me, has been unsealed.
Brother Sims, final comments.
I call upon the Bahamian people, okay? The people who have made that request to wake up everybody, to remain awake, to remain vigilant,
Amen.
okay? And to guard the heritage of our nation. It is your responsibility. You have elected the government for the people. Now assist the people's governance in governance the country.
Amen.
Well, a couple of texts before we close out the show because I know you spend money for sending your text. This one says, we're dealing with now. Pillin is dead, sucking my teeth. Well, let me tell you something. A lot of people are dead, but their policies still live on.
And you got to know your history.
And so don't
bound to repeat
mind
it.
in the grave. There's some of them
Amen.
still ruling from the grave.
You got to know your history.
Yes. This next one says, good day, my brothers. Please let those PLP who talking about the government need to start governing. Then to build, one need to clean up the mess. Then one can build.
Well, you got to have a cleanup campaign first, but it shouldn't last very long. You clear down and you build, and you clear down more and you build some more. Don't clear down. Don't make it clear.
Still in the clearing stage.
Don't-
You can't
don't-
start any construction.
Don't spend all
Yes,
year
but it-
cleaning down,
You can't do no construction until you clean the place.
because
Well,
some weeds gonna grow.
And you never know. You might have some sinkholes.
You never
If
know.
you start building without.
And
clearing
then
it
you're
down.
walking on it and you fall right in it.
Yes.
Well, 9 months, eh? It takes 9 months for the most precious thing in the world to be created.
Oh, yes.
That's life.
Oh, yes.
This government has 9 months.
So we
know that.
we should expect
9 months
population.
and delivery must
We
come.
should expect the population increase from May 10th, 2017 to May 10th, 2018.
I know where you're going with that, but we ain't going to be
No,
happy on
I
that.
talk about population
Yeah,
increase.
yes, okay. We can talk about
So
that
we
another
should
day.
see some new jobs
Yes, sir.
because the country is pregnant.
Yes, sir. 9 months.
You sure it's pregnant?
After the 9 months, there's
Ladies and
got to be a delivery.
Ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you so much. Thank my co-host Martin Aubrey, producer engineer Nathan, and former Senator Derek Sims for being with us this afternoon. This has been Straight Talk. Our show today has been brought to you by Doc's Pharmacy, located Robinson Road, by Master Assist, located Village Road, by Nature's Gifts Fresh Roasted Potatoes, located Market Street South, Sammy's Chicken, 5 locations to choose from, by First Choice Appraisals and Sales, and by Geneva Brass Seafood, located Eden Street off Farndon Road. Once again, on behalf of my colleagues, this has been Straight Talk. We'll see you tomorrow, God's willing. Good afternoon.